diy-automotive, and in this video we are going to be changing the front shocks on a Ford F-150. This is going to be pretty much the same process for 97 to 04ish, I believe. I'm sure a few other years, probably the same on the Ford Explorers and whatnot. Super simple. If you've got some basic hand tools and a little bit of time, you can do this, no problem. So in this video, I'll be using an 18mm wrench, a 9mm wrench, and a 13mm socket. So your sizes may vary depending on if your shocks have been replaced before. Either way, let's get into it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this top shock nut off. Obviously we've got our wheel out of the way, got it jacked up safely on jack stands and whatnot. So you're going to need to figure out what size wrench you need for this nut. And up here at the top, these shocks are actually got a flat way in them, so you can hold that with vice grips. You can put a wrench on there, whatever you need to hold this. If you don't, sometimes it'll spin and you won't loosen your nut. So we're going to take this nut off, and then we're going to have two 13mm bolts at the bottom, and this whole shock assembly is going to drop right out. So let's get to it. Alright, so we've got that nut off. Now once you get that off, you're going to take this top plate in your bushing. You kind of want to make a middle note of how this goes. You're going to have a metal plate, a bushing, and then under here you're going to have another bushing, and then another plate, or that's usually how it goes. So you can just lift this up off out of your way, or you can actually leave it on there. Looks like ours is going to be stuck hitting this upper. So we're just going to leave it sitting there, and then we'll go underneath and I'll show you the two bolts you got to take out. Alright, so there's the two bolts we're going to take out. We'll zip them out, hold the top of the shock just to keep it from falling if it decides it wants to do that. And it's as simple as one, two. Now we'll pull the shock through, kind of easy, and it's out. So let's go back to the top side and I'll show you what we've got going on. So here's our shock. Here's the bushings I was talking about earlier. You're going to have a metal plate, a bushing, then your upper cup that this bolts into, then another bushing, metal plate, and your nut. So that's how that goes if you get in a hurry and zip your shocks off and then get to thinking about it. I'll show you on the end of this shock what I was talking about earlier. So if you can see, depending on what style shock is on your truck, it can be the kind with the flat sides, or in the very top of it right here, it may have an indentation for a Torx bit or a Allen key. There's several different styles out there on the market, so it just depends on what you've got. But that's pretty much it. We're actually not replacing shocks on this truck. We're doing some other repairs and decided to do a video. But when you get ready to put your new shock back in there, if you can't get this far enough up into the truck to get your bolt started, just take and jack up on your lower control arm, bring that lower control arm up, and it'll give you some extra room to start your bolts. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, I appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be posting some other content. Hopefully it's useful to you. If you didn't, I hate that, but let me know in the comments. Any tips for other people doing this, post them in the comments. It's always great to see people helping other people. Y'all have a good day.